Albert Einstein, whose theories to the science of the world forever. There was a time in his life when he changed. When he came for a job for 9 years, he was wandering from door to door, even his class. If someone did not get a job in fellows then, it was just Einstein, but who? I thought the boy who was the slowest in school. Learner was supposed to be at his door one day, offered to become president of Israel. Einstein met this Israeli ambassador. What was the answer and what was the reason? Because of whom no one could give such an intelligent person any. TV was not ready to keep him on the job. Once again, happiness in the videos. Nazarene Albert Einstein, Germany, in 1879. Born in the city of Ulm, early childhood. They looked at him with strange eyes because he wasn't like the other kids. He was very. I was a slow learner, started speaking late, and in school, teachers consider them average or weak. The students understood, but the reason behind this was that Einstein looked at everything with curiosity. They used to look at him with evil eyes if someone in school. If I did not understand something, then I would learn it by rote. Instead of memorizing, he tries to understand the concepts. Used to try to understand the. Because of this, he always lagged behind in the course. Einstein was very creative since childhood, and this was his weakness also, and later on his. Einstein's early education also became his strength. She grew up in Munich, where she received German schooling. Strict discipline-based system of. I didn't like it at all. There came a time when I was fed up. Einstein left school and started his. Shifted to Switzerland with family. So that in the liberal education system there. So that they can make their place there. Physics and mathematics in Polytechnic College. Wanted to take admission in mathematics. In the entrance examination, he had taken maths and solved the physics paper instantly. But other subjects like geology, he failed miserably in literature and politics. After the entrance exam of the college, the professor called Einstein into his office. He called it Einstein's maths and physics. He was quite surprised to see the answers of who wanted to tell Einstein all this. Taught to which Einstein replied that he has read it all himself. Other subjects mostly include only. Einstein was bad at rote learning. The professor told him that if they want admission in this college then, only mathematics and physics do not work. We'll prepare them for other subjects. To put a year back into school, Einstein would be disappointed and set back a year. Had to be put in school in the next year. Luckily, he got admission in Zurich Polytechnic College. I passed the entrance exam of Einstein's dream of getting admission in college. Nature hasn't changed. It's boring even here. Skipping lectures and studying on my own. And are not very impressed with the professor. That is, moving around him was like Einstein's. It was not my nature. This is the result of all this. That when Einstein graduated in 1900, his professors gave him job recommendations. Now, of course, he refused to give it. We're intelligent, but Einstein had no. There was no strong reference, no mentor. That would get them an academic or research job. Could get a job in the field of science at that time. To get this, the recommendation of the professor is very important. It was important, and Einstein was a part of that race. I was left behind, and the result was that his classmates with whom he is academically were strong, reached good positions. Because he had the professor's support, Einstein in Germany and Switzerland applied to many universities and schools. They should be banned in research institutes everywhere. I went and met the professor who wrote the letters, but everywhere the answer is same, we are sorry we can't hire Einstein for this. It was also personally painful because he understood, so that their work and potential can be seen by people. Einstein's letters and diaries are not being given. How to resolve his frustration? Well, it is estimated that Einstein once wrote in his diary, "It seems as if the world doesn't need me at all. The door seems closed. Write to your family." This was mentioned in the letter. I went everywhere. I apply but do not get any reply. It doesn't seem like anybody needs me. Nothing is going right in my life. Another famous letter, which he wrote in his. He wrote it to his girlfriend Maliva. Einstein said, "I think I have become a useless person. I live in physics, but the world knows only those things. Listens to people who fit into her system. This frustration of Einstein sits. Money was affecting my personal life. Tensions in marriage and with oneself. Dissatisfaction was another problem that Einstein's nature is very much. He was idealistic, and he was clear that he was just. We'll do job related to science only. Their use in practical or commercial jobs. There was no interest in Einstein at that time. Had an affair with one of his class fellows, Maliva. They were going together, but the marriage of both of them was just. This was not happening because Einstein didn't have a job. Financial pressure was increasing. Was expecting that Einstein would do something. Earn money, but was tied with hands like Einstein. There came a time when Einstein had to earn money by becoming a private tutor, where he teaches maths and, after all, Einstein used to teach physics. A friend advised him that Baron, for the job of an examiner in the patent office. Apply for this. It is a low-level government job. There was a job, but at least there was a start. Einstein applied and, surprisingly, without much experience. He got the job in 1902 Baron patent. Einstein's work in the office was new. Applications for inventions and patents. Check it out to see what's really innovative. Isn't it this job was boring, but for Einstein, a drowning man clutches at a straw. I was working to become one because this job was 2 to 5, so she would work out at nights and on weekends. Of course, I continued doing my scientific research. This was not a professor's job for which Einstein was trying, but whatever it was better than not having it. After that, there was a time. This is when Einstein's fortunes started to change. Einstein working at the patent office. In 1905, the biggest. He made 4 blasts in a single year. Published revolutionary papers in which special relativity, photoic effect, Brownian motion, and mass energy equivalence, also known as E equals mc squared. These papers at that time included, shook the scientific world. Suddenly, I got a small job in the patent office. This name is famous among the scientists of Europe. One of Einstein's papers started becoming photoepic. The effect became the foundation of quantum physics. And the second special relativity explained the relationship between time and space. Passed in 1900. After getting out, finally in 1909 i.e. after 9 years of graduation, they assistant at University of Zurich. Albert got a job offer to become a professor. People never understood Einstein's personality. I did not fully understand the world of science. The image of Einstein that was outside was very. On one hand, people are confusing them. Shows scattered in a funny way. Hairy, weird, socially awkward. Scientists who are only aware of their books, and I used to get involved in theories. On the other hand, he was even in serious and important political roles. Einstein appears in Germany in 1932, fled from the country just a year before Hitler, took power there because Hitler was quite against it, and Einstein was also associated with it. Einstein was from a Jewish family and moved to Princeton, New Jersey. He became a professor of theoretical physics, not just the hero of science, but the whole, a famous and Jas was also a respected face during this time. The process of establishing our own state of Israel is underway. And in Palestine, it was about this very issue. There was a lot of war going on. Finally, in 1948, Israel formally came into existence. But just 4 years later, in 1952, Israel. First President Cam Weizmann passed away. Now, there is no leader at the head of the Jewish community. So at that time, the Zionist leaders thought that, why not make Albert Einstein the next? He should be made president, after all. He was also a renowned physicist and a member of the society. He was also respected, meaning he was a scientist. Not only this, he also became a political and cultural icon. Einstein had been diagnosed with cancer on November 17, 1952. I received a letter. This letter was sent by Abba Eban, who at the time was Israel's representative at the United Nations. Was the ambassador of this letter was written in the letter. Via Prime Minister Ben-Gurion. The message is being conveyed that if the Israeli parliament voted for you, If he becomes the president of Israel, will you do this? I will accept the offer if you agree. You will have to shift to Israel and citizenship will have to be taken from the prime minister. It is assured from the side that such a situation, you have complete freedom to do your scientific work, and you will be allowed to continue with ease. It was a very big and emotional offer, but Einstein had different plans. The answer he gave in return was his. Brings out another aspect of life. Einstein wrote to me in response, Israel, the offer to make him president from. I am very emotional because of what I have been given, but I'm sad and embarrassed at the same time. That I can't accept it, I'm not going to live. I deal only with objective things. I have come here because neither do I have people. There's a tendency to handle, and neither is it official. Experience in shouldering responsibilities. Einstein described himself as a great intellectual being of political leadership. At that time, I did not consider Einstein worthy. His age was 73 years when he got this offer. He had a guest staying at his home. I told him that this offer is very awkward later. In 1899, he published a book in Jerusalem entitled. He also explained that he was campaigning for them, that I don't want to face such a chance, where I want to be informed about the decisions of the government. If I have to walk with you, it's against my conscience. You can go, Einstein, just because. He was not denying that he was politically fit, but also because he was not. I will never go against my conscience. I want a chair no matter how big it was. Or why shouldn't those emotional people get respect? Einstein was getting excited about this. He was united on the idea of making him the president. We're forgetting the important thing that Einstein. He was certainly sympathetic to Israel, but he was never a passionate Zionist when Einstein turned down the president's offer. If given, then former Prime Minister Ben Gurion told his assistant that if Einstein accepted the offer, if that had happened, it would have been a big problem for us. Because since the formation of Israel in 1946, 2 years ago, Einstein published an international. It was said in front of the community that the states, the idea is not in my heart. That is, actually, Einstein does not want Israel to be a separate state. Wanted to see it finally on December 16, 1952. Yitzhak Ben-Zavi became the second president of Israel. Became the president. Hopefully this is the first time. You all should like and share the video a lot. I will appreciate your loving comments. Thank you very much. See you next grade in the video.